Welcome. Take a moment to settle into stillness as you arrive fully into this space. Many people describe spiritual awakening as emotional, intense, or even unsettling. Sometimes it feels like your sensitivity has increased overnight, or like the world is louder than it used to be. But what if part of this experience is not mystical at all? What if it is deeply physiological? What if your body is trying to recalibrate the way it senses safety, meaning, and connection? Before we go further, it helps to name where these ideas come from. The experiences we are exploring in this series are not explained through belief alone. They are informed by modern neuroscience, trauma research, and psychophysiology, fields that study how the nervous system shapes perception, emotion, and awareness. Terms like safety, regulation, and bodily awareness are used clinically to describe how humans respond to the world. In this series, spiritual language is not used to replace science, but to interpret lived experience through a human lens. You are not being asked to adopt a belief. You are being invited to observe how your body and awareness interact. In our first episode, we explored spirituality as awareness, presence, and lived experience. In this episode, we take the next step and ask a deeper question. What if awareness is not only a state of mind, but also a state of the nervous system? When your body feels safe, your attention opens. When your body feels threatened, your world narrows. This is not a failure of faith. It is biology doing its job. Your nervous system shapes how you experience reality. It influences your sense of safety and threat, and it also shapes your ability to connect, reflect, and feel present. Much of this happens automatically, below the level of conscious thought. That is why you can know something is safe and still feel uneasy. The nervous system is an interpreter. It is always asking, is this safe enough for me to be here? When stress rises, the body can shift into mobilization, often called fight or flight. When safety returns, the body can settle into restoration, often called rest and digest. And when overwhelm becomes too much, the body may move into shutdown or numbness as a form of protection. These states are not moral. They are not spiritual success or failure. They are survival strategies. Awakening can sometimes feel intense simply because your nervous system is shifting between states. In neuroscience, this process is often called neuroception, a term used to describe how the nervous system detects safety and threat before conscious thought. This scanning can happen through tone of voice, facial expressions, sudden noises, or even memories that your system associates with threat. You might call it intuition, but often it is the nervous system reading the room. This is why certain places feel calming and others feel draining. Your nervous system is always collecting signals. Spiritual clarity becomes easier when those signals say, you are safe enough. When the nervous system moves out of survival and into regulation, awareness widens. Thoughts slow down and inner space becomes more noticeable. Sensitivity can increase, not because something is wrong, but because you are no longer braced against life. Presence deepens, and your perception changes. This can feel like awakening, because you begin to experience reality with less noise and more clarity. Many people report spiritual insight becomes more accessible when the nervous system is regulated. If the nervous system is overstimulated, spiritual experiences may feel chaotic or overwhelming. You might feel raw, emotionally exposed, or unable to turn your sensitivity off. This does not mean you are broken. It means your capacity has been exceeded and your system is asking for support. Some people describe this as being outside their window of tolerance, where thinking becomes harder and the body becomes louder. Grounding is not a step backward. It is the way you return to stability. Breathing is one of the few body functions you can influence on purpose. When you slow the breath, especially the exhale, the body receives a signal that it can downshift. This is not about forcing peace. It is about inviting it through physiology. Across many traditions, breath is treated as sacred, but it is also practical. Breath is the bridge where science and spirit quietly meet. In psychophysiology, researchers have observed that the heart and brain are in constant communication. Institutes such as the HeartMath Institute use the term coherence to describe a state where heart rhythms become more ordered and the brain receives clearer, calmer signals. In this state, the nervous system sends fewer alarm messages, and attention becomes easier to sustain. You do not create coherence through force or effort. You allow it through gentle regulation, steady breath, and emotional steadiness. Many people notice that when the body enters coherence, inner clarity increases and spiritual reflection feels less strained and more grounded. Spiritual awakening often comes with stronger body awareness. You may notice your heartbeat, your breath, or a tightening in your stomach before you notice the thought that follows. This inner sensing is sometimes called interoception, and it is part of how your nervous system communicates. The goal is not to obsess over sensations. The goal is to listen without panic and to respond with care. When you can stay present with your signals, your intuition becomes clearer because it is not blended with fear. Humans regulate best in connection. A calm voice, a steady presence, and a kind gaze can help the nervous system return to safety. This is not weakness. It is how we are built. That is why spiritual communities can feel healing when they're grounded and emotionally safe. It is also why certain relationships feel exhausting. Your nervous system is always responding to the field around you. When you feel overwhelmed, begin with simple orientation. Look around and notice where you are, what you see, and what is steady in the room. Then name what is happening in a neutral way, like my body is activated or my mind is racing. Finally, return to contact, your feet on the ground, your hands resting, your breath moving. This is not a performance. It is a permission to come back to the present. Presence is built through small returns. Across cultures, spiritual practice often includes rhythm, repetition, breath, and stillness. These are not only symbolic, they also influence the body's state, helping attention settle and awareness expand. This is why sacred music can move you, and why silence can feel like medicine. The form may differ, but the nervous system is the instrument. You do not need to choose between science and spirit. You can let both describe the same human experience. Spiritual awakening is not escape. It is integration. It is the meeting of body, mind, and awareness in one honest moment. Grounded spirituality honors the nervous system, not bypasses it. The more regulated you become, the more you can carry insight back into real life. You can be spiritual and practical at the same time. That is the path of embodied awakening. As you return to your day, remember that every step you take is felt by the earth. Your breath, your heartbeat, your presence, they matter. Ground yourself in the now and let the earth hold you steady. You are part of something greater. Stay connected, stay grounded, and know that healing begins with presence. I leave you with this inspiration. The light of the universe surrounds you. The love of the universe enfolds you. The power of the universe protects you. The presence of the universe watches over you. You are one with the universe. Awaken to the energies that connect us all. You are not alone. The universe is listening, and your journey matters.